During the quietest hours of the night shift, emergency room nurse Sophia Laurent was checking the vital signs of her critical patient, Mrs. Harrington, in the ICU. It was typical Friday night silence on the fourth floor of Metropolitan Hospital. When the message Mass Casualty Event, Highway Collision, Multiple Ambulances Inbound ETA 4 minutes came over the hospital speaker, Sophia continued adjusting the IV fluid, but then she heard the ambulance sirens. Sophia raised her head and listened carefully. Those sounds weren't normal. Too many ambulances, too many sirens. The sound pattern indicated a major disaster. "Sophia, big accident coming. We're preparing the emergency room," said her nurse colleague Isabel routinely. But Sophia did something different. She told Mrs. Harrington, "I'll be back to check on you," and started running to the emergency room. Unlike other personnel, she fully understood the urgency level in those ambulance sounds. In the next 20 minutes, everyone at Metropolitan Hospital would learn who Sophia Laurent really was, because those mass casualty response procedures and field trauma medicine weren't foreign to her at all. When the first casualties arrived and 8 critical patients entered the emergency room simultaneously, Sophia's movement had changed. Her posture had changed. Even her hands moved differently, as if she had become a completely different person. Welcome to Hidden Legends. Before continuing with this powerful story, tell us in the comments which city you're watching from. And if you believe stories like this should be told, hit that subscribe button. Sophia Laurent was a 35-year-old night shift nurse who had been working at Metropolitan Hospital in Chicago for 5 years. She worked from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., serving during the hospital staff's most challenging hours. She was calm, reliable, always in the right place at the right time. "Nurse Sophia is our night angel," said emergency room doctor Dr. Rossi. "When I work with her, I know everything is under control, even in the most critical cases." But Sophia's controllability came from places very different from a normal night nurse's experience. Her work routine at the hospital was the same every night. She started her shift at 11 p.m. and went home at 7:00 a.m. Heart attack cases, traffic accidents, stroke cases, trauma interventions, standard emergency room work, but Sophia's approach was different. Other nurses found Sophia's response to emergencies strange. "Sophia, how do you stay so calm in the most stressful situations?" they would ask. "Training," Sophia would say quietly. "Every situation requires quick decision-making and precise coordination." This training came from a 12-year Navy SEAL career. SEAL Team 3, Overseas Operations, Medical Intervention Specialist, quick decision-making in life and death situations. Sophia had served operationally in the world's most dangerous places. Sophia Laurent's real story began 17 years ago. She had joined the Navy at 18, but why? It wasn't family tradition. It wasn't economic necessity. It was something else. Sophia had been interested in life-saving since childhood. Medical skill, physical endurance, helping people in extreme conditions. "I want to save people in the most difficult situations," she had told the Navy recruitment specialist. After basic Navy training, she received medical training, then SEAL preparation program, BUDS, basic underwater demolition SEAL training. She had shown extraordinary performance. She had caught the attention of SEAL Team 3. The SEAL selection process was the toughest military training: underwater operations, parachute training, medical training, close quarters combat. Sophia had managed a place in the top 5 among female SEAL candidates in history. During her 12 years of active duty, Sophia had served in various dangerous regions: Afghanistan, Iraq, Syrian border areas, special operations, medical evacuation, wounded soldier rescue, field surgery. Sophia's specialty was combat medical support and mass casualty response. Her most critical missions were field medicine and multiple casualty interventions, explosions, conflicts, military base attacks, dealing with 10 to 15 casualties simultaneously. She had completed over 150 successful medical rescue operations. Sophia's SEAL training wasn't just combat. Advanced combat medicine, field surgery, mass casualty management, specialized medical skills. "A SEAL medic must be a versatile lifesaver," said Training Commander Master Chief Mueller. "Doctor, nurse, paramedic on the battlefield. Maximum life-saving with limited resources. Sophia had fully embraced this philosophy. Medical intervention in field conditions, multiple trauma treatment, surgical intervention with limited equipment. Her medical knowledge was at military level. The most critical training was mass casualty response, explosions, multiple casualty scenarios, triage protocols. Sophia had learned to deal with 15 to 20 casualties simultaneously. During an operation in Afghanistan, they had treated 22 wounded soldiers simultaneously in a base bombardment. Sophia had stabilized all the wounded by combining medical expertise and SEAL training. After that mission, she had become SEAL Team 3's most valuable combat medic. She had specifically received limited resource medicine training, maximum life-saving with minimal equipment. This training would prove very useful at the hospital. After 12 years of active duty, Sophia had decided to retire. PTSD symptoms, desire for normal life, commitment to medical service, she had made a career change to the healthcare sector. "Why are you leaving SEAL Team?" her commander had asked. "Because I want to continue life-saving service in a peaceful civilian environment. Same precision, without war." At nursing school, Sophia was overqualified. Advanced medical training, crisis experience, emergency intervention skills, but the instructors didn't question her detailed military background. "I've always wanted to work in a hospital environment," Sophia had said, "to help people in medical emergencies. Night shift nursing was a perfect fit." The hospital emergency environment felt familiar to Sophia. High stress, life and death decisions, precise timing, but civilian, peaceful. When Metropolitan Hospital hired her, Sophia was an exceptional nurse, patient care, excellence, crisis composure, technical expertise, but no one knew her extraordinary SEAL medical background. Friday night, the 22nd of March. Sophia was on her normal shift. Routine checks in the hospital emergency room, heart problem cases, minor accidents, chest pain checks, normal night shift work. Sophia was monitoring Mrs. Harrington's post-operative recovery process in the ICU. A 6-7-year-old retired teacher, successful heart surgery, stable condition. "Nurse Sophia, how are my pains?" asked Mrs. Harrington anxiously. "You're progressing very well, Mrs. Harrington. Your vital signs are excellent," said Sophia with professional warmth. But Sophia had noticed unusual activity in hospital radio traffic. Emergency services increased chatter, medical alert level elevated, unusual ambulance dispatching patterns, the hospital communication system activated, mass casualty event, highway collision, multiple ambulances inbound, ETA 4 minutes, prepare trauma bays. Immediate preparation began in the emergency room. Trauma team assembly, medical equipment preparation, routine multiple patient arrival protocols. "Sophia, big accident coming. Prepare the trauma bays," said Dr. Rossi. "Copy," said Sophia. But Sophia was conducting auditory assessment, ambulance, sound analysis, siren pattern evaluation, emergency vehicle quantity estimation. Radio chatter continued. Multiple critical patients, 8 vehicles involved, highway pileup, critical trauma cases inbound. But Sophia had detected anomalies in the ambulance sounds. Too many sirens overlapping EMS frequencies, casualty scale beyond normal parameters. When Sophia arrived at the emergency room, chaos was about to begin. Other nurses were doing routine preparation, but Sophia was moving with multiple trauma assessment in mind. When the first ambulances arrived, she saw the seriousness of the situation. 8 critical patients simultaneously, multiple vehicle collision, systematic trauma pattern. Each patient had different trauma types, but the coordination requirement was massive. Sophia made automatic triage assessment, hemorrhagic shock priority, airway compromise immediate, spinal injury stabilization, resource allocation critical, mass casualty response plan, advanced triage implementation, resource optimization, survival probability maximization. Sophia's movement pattern completely changed. Military medical precision, field hospital coordination, systematic patient flow management. The night nurse was gone. Navy SEAL combat medic activated. Sophia took an advanced triage position in the emergency room. SAL medical training automatically activated. Mass casualty coordination continued. Patient priority assessment, resource allocation optimization, survival outcome maximization. 8. Critical patients arrival imminent, multiple trauma cases, resource coordination, critical hospital surge protocol activation. Sophia immediately began mass casualty management coordination, triage station establishment, patient flow optimization, medical team coordination, hospital staff in routine preparation mode. This is going to be a big accident. Let's prepare. Standard protocol isn't sufficient. We need to activate advanced mass casualty response, said Sophia with full SEAL medical authority. Sophia positioned herself in command position, advanced medical expertise versus routine hospital emergency. Sophia began providing advanced triage guidance to ambulance crews, hand signals, professional medical communication, casualty management coordination, first ambulance crew in desperate situation. 3 critical patients, multiple trauma, survival uncertain. Sophia's medical expertise kicked in, optimal treatment priority calculation, resource factor assessment, survival probability triage. Hospital staff watched in amazement. Nurse demonstrating advanced trauma management showing professional field medicine expertise. 8 critical patients arrival critical. Multiple organ trauma, hemorrhagic shock, airway compromise, immediate surgical intervention required. Sophia provided perfect triage guidance, treatment priority indication, resource allocation, direction, emergency response coordination. Thanks to Sophia's expert guidance, the hospital staff successfully stabilized 8 critical patients. Multiple lives saved, no casualties, medical crew safe. Incredible, said the hospital emergency coordinator. Are you a doctor? Sophia paused. Decision moment. Former Navy SEAL, combat medic, 150 plus successful medical operations, said Sophia quietly. Complete silence from hospital staff. The community's beloved night nurse was actually an elite military medical specialist. Navy SEAL? You were in Special Forces? Asked Dr. Rossi in amazement. 12 years active duty, combat medical support, mass casualty response, field surgery specialist, ambulance crews grateful for expert guidance. Ma'am, professional medical coordination saved multiple lives. The rescued patients learned about Sophia's heroism. Mrs. Harrington was very emotional. Nurse Sophia, I didn't know you were a hero, but I always felt you were very strong. Mrs. Harrington, I'm still the same person. I'm still your nurse. I'm still here to take care of you. Patient families expressed their gratitude. We always felt our loved ones were safe with Sophia. Now we know why. Sophia continued her normal nursing duties, but her colleagues saw her differently. Respect mixed with admiration. How do you transition from Navy SEAL to nursing? Asked young nurse Amelia. Both jobs are about saving lives. Different environments, same mission. Sophia's former SEAL team, 3 teammates learned the news. Messages and phone calls came from around the world. Heard about the hospital mass casualty response. Classic Laurent medical precision. Once SEAL, always lifesaver. We're proud of your service in civilian life. Retired Commander, Master Chief Mueller, personally called, Sophia, I'm proud of you. Perfect medical response under civilian conditions. Master Chief, I just did what training taught us, protecting people's lives. That's exactly what we were trained for. Medical service continues in different forms. Sophia's story isn't just about heroism. It's about the evolution of service, spirit, the peaceful application of military skills. From Navy SEAL to nursing, from combat medicine to patient care, from tactical response to healing touch, always serving. Navy SEAL taught me to fight, nursing taught me to heal. The community taught me that both skills are valuable. Hospital emergency survivors say this when they see Sophia. Real lifesavers don't stop fighting. They find new battles worth fighting. Sophia's precision that night was the civilian application of Navy SEAL training. Military medical expertise applied in hospital emergency. I'm no longer a warrior, but the life-saving spirit never ends. Service continues. Mission changes. Patients will understand in the future. Life-saving takes many forms. So I ask you, do you know veterans quietly serving in your healthcare community, hidden military backgrounds, silently contributing in civilian medical services? Share your experiences in the comments, because at Hidden Legends, we believe the greatest healers often serve in the most critical care moments. If this story moved you, share it, subscribe, and help these important veteran stories continue. We'll see you in the next legend. And remember, the next time you see emergency response, medical crisis, health care emergency, you might encounter healthcare workers with military backgrounds you're unaware of. Real heroes transform their forms of service, but life-saving precision is eternal.